Hello everybody, Donkey here, and yes, we are back with some more Euro Truck. This time we'll be starting from scratch, and hopefully this will be a running series, but we are starting from scratch. No money, no trucks, just a brand new profile, and I'm going to take you along for the journey. So today we've got some milk, and it looks like we're at DB Schenker, and yeah, we've got to take this milk all the way from Cambridge to Hull. So it's quite a long journey, so we'll start the engine and sort of get her warmed up. It's a rainy day in the UK, like always, so we're going to need some wipers. It's a bit of a heavier downpour. There we go. And we got this this nice Scania. Now we are a freelance driver after all in this, so let's also change this. There we go. We've got a thing there. Let's get a map up as well. And yeah, that's going to do us. Now you won't be able to see the map because I am actually recording this on an ultra-wide monitor that I've now got. And well, if you want to record 1920 by 1080 on an ultra-wide, you can't see it all, because if I upload that to YouTube, let's get her going. Oh, apparently, there we go. I didn't have it started. Did I just stall it? There we go. Yeah, if I uploaded the ultra-wide footage to YouTube, it would have black bars on it because YouTube doesn't support. Hold on, we've got to quickly just change this so that the wheel has no force feedback. It's better. Oh, we need some lights as well. There we go. So yeah, you'll only be seeing some of what I can see because I am obviously on the ultra wide, and I have to scale it down for you guys on YouTube. Let's take this quite wide because I don't want to smash the trailer into the curb. Yeah, it is quite difficult to record 1920 by 1080 footage on an ultra wide because you have to scale it down, and you know, you can crop some of that off. I'm sorry, I'm probably in the wrong lane, and I am so sorry, my dude. But yeah, you have to cut some off, basically. Cut some of the our miles per hour thing isn't working on the little dash there. Not to worry, not to worry. So yeah, I've tried to incorporate the most important bits for you on the aspect ratio that it's being scaled down to, which is, you know, the main steering wheel and the mirror. But I can see, you know, all the way into the center of the cab, and I can also see that mirror which is cut off, which is above. So I can see a lot more. We are coming over quite a lot there. Let's just settle in. It's quite a long drive. I don't know whether I'll do this in 2 parts or 1, but we'll just see how it goes. But if you're wondering what I'm using to scale the footage down, it's OBS. You can basically tell OBS that the native input is going a bit slow. You can basically tell OBS that the native input is, you know, my ultra wide, and then you can say I want the recording to be scaled down to 1920 by 1080. And, this seems like a big island. We are going straight across. by the looks of things. Now, I am using Pro Mods, which is sort of like a map add-on for this game. So, the UK roads are sort of not like this in the base game. They're, you know, these roads are a lot more what they are supposed to be like in, you know, in real life. And that's good, because I always felt the SSE normal, you know, road layout for the UK was all wrong. You know, they'd got it all wrong. Now what we can do, is it that one? I'm not sure. I used to have a button mapped, but to change the thing, we've got a little bit of a dead zone as well. Let's have a look at that. See if we can't fix that. Let's actually get the wheel straight. There we go. So if I'm coming over into the lane, let's have a look. Steering axis. Yeah, there was a little bit of dead zone. That should fix that though. That's a lot better. The steering wheel's not straight, but that's okay. Used to have a button map to change the shifter to the you know, different positions, but doesn't seem to be mapped. We can get rid of, oh, no, those are lights. We can get rid of those now. We don't need the wipers. Oh, it's the federales. And we've still got these sketchy little bits here. It's not how UK roads are normally, but I can quickly have a look, see if anything's there. It's not. And that's another thing I've set as well. I've set it like this so that, you know, I don't have to look over. I can just press a button and it looks over. It's better for the recording like that as well. Yeah, I'm using OBS to scale this down to 1080, so I can select an area of the native aspect ratio that I'm running, and I can say, you know, this is what I want to record in the 1920 by 1080 format. So I've selected the you know, the most important bits here, and we need to get over again. I hate these little single roads. This isn't a thing that happens in the UK. We don't have just singular roads like this. But I must say, Pro Mods is a pretty nice mod. It takes a while to download if you don't, you know, pay for the super fast download version. But you know, it's well worth it because there's quite a lot to download for it, but it is well worth it. I mean, the UK side of things, you know, SSE out of the box for this game, there's a few English towns and cities, but they're really basic. You know, they're not fully fleshed out. Pro Mods properly fleshes them out, adds way more towns, way more cities for the UK, adds a lot more roads and motorways and whatnot. What are you doing, buddy? This is pretty typical of the UK. Lorries overtaking and then just sitting there. What's going on here? I've got to come over. Oh no, I don't have to. I don't know what he was doing there. He slowed right down there. Anyway, oh, he's come back over. Pretty typical guy. Well, it was 33 there. Was that car in the road? Was that? Roadworks, pretty typical UK scene this as well. Roadworks on the motorway. that guy carrying a train carriage on the other side there, a Renault. We're back to National. That was quite a nice little road event. But yeah, I just think pro mods. I'm primarily going to be focused on playing in the UK, as you know, that's where I live, and you know, I actually prefer to drive this game in the UK. I mean, I'll dip into Europe, and hopefully this will become a series, but I'll dip into Europe a little bit, you know, do a few deliveries, but I want to start and do the majority of the UK. And you get Ireland and Scotland in pro mods as well, so we can explore in those areas. But I just feel like SSE just haven't fleshed the UK out enough in like the base game straight out of the box. When pro mods, they've properly fleshed the UK out nicely. Lots of roads, lots of towns and cities, and you know, it'll make for a lot more interesting moments. So, but the other mods that I'm running, pretty standard. I'm not running a lot. I'm running stuff like Jazzy Cats and stuff like that, and a few traffic mods and graphics mods, but nothing too crazy. Because once you start putting in a load of mods in this game, it tends to start to crash a lot. So if you keep them pretty basic, you'll get away with it. I think we've got something like 200. Well, this whole journey is something like 210 miles, so it's not that far, but it should take us a fair bit of time, I think. Especially with pro mods in, the roads tend to be a bit more lengthy. So yeah, it depends how long this is. It might be one whole video, which might be like half an hour long, or it might be 2 parts. We'll have to see. I usually don't like uploading lengthy videos because it just takes so long to upload them. I mean, I haven't played this game since the Christmas Euro Truck video, which was a couple of months ago now. And well, like I said in that one, I picked up a G29, which has made this this whole experience a lot more fun. But I am still sort of, I haven't played since then. I don't really play this game a lot. I kind of want to though. So we'll see how it goes. I was thinking about doing a second channel purely for simulators. Depends how well this video does, but if it doesn't do that well on the main channel, I'll do a second channel that's just purely for uploading simulator videos, as I do play quite a few off camera, and some people want to see those. But recently I've been doing a lot of Call of Duty stuff, and I've been getting pretty bored of that. I've been getting pretty bored of Call of Duty as it is. It's the same thing over and over and over. And you know, it's a new Call of Duty comes out every year. When this game has been out for it's got to be at least 10 years now, and it's still going strong. So they're still updating it. So a game like this is much more worth it in the long run than something like that, and it's a lot more enjoyable as well, as there is always new ways to play. But we'll see how well this does. If this tends to go down well, I'll do more, and I'll try and do more simulators as well, different things like, you know, train sims and racing games and whatnot. Maybe dabble into some flight sims, even though I don't really like them too much. They're a bit difficult for me. I'm like your average casual simmer. I arcade cinema, as I think they're called. But we'll see how well this goes. If it doesn't go that well, I can always do the second channel idea and just purely upload simulator stuff to that, and then the stuff people want to actually see to the main channel. But we'll see how this goes. Oh yeah, this guy coming up on the side. What's he got? He's got some sort of tractor. I mean, I'm not going that slow. I'm doing about 50. Which is pretty normal. I can't tell if we're going down. We're going on that road there. I think we are. Or has this just become a 3-lane motorway? I think it has. See, you don't normally get roads like this in a normal game, the SES map. This is Pro Mods that's added this 3-lane motorway, you know, this nice motorway scene. And I think this is what this game always needed, is a decent UK map, which the Pro Mods guys are dedicated in doing. This is like proper realistic. This is exactly what they look like, motorways in the UK. And we're not coming off here. Dip in there. We are going up here though. I think we might have to change down for this one though. Oh, come on buddy, no. We're going to have to let him past. He's taken up all the room. Oh, come on, dude. He's got an extra wide load of snow machines, or whatever those are. He's taken up all the road space. Thank you so much. Courteous Volvo driver there. Thank you, buddy. We're just going to get in front of him so that he can't dip in front of us or behind us. Sometimes it doesn't register the pedal being pushed down. Probably because of me, I probably don't know. But I've got it set at the moment as a split shifter, so at the moment it goes first, third, fifth, seventh, and so on, and then you can switch it to second, fourth, sixth, and eighth. I did have a button to switch it, so I could, you know, put it in 12th gear when cruising on the motorway like this, but it doesn't seem to be working at the moment, so maybe it got reset. But it's alright, we'll live. I wish that digital speedo in the middle, I think that's actually cruise control, but we are actually coming off here. I can actually change it here. Yeah, I think that is actually cruise control. Yeah, we got fuel there. So we've got... we're coming around here. I'm not paying attention. That was quite quick. Oh well. So we've got 414 miles and 327 litres of fuel. And I gotta say, when you first start your truck, you are sort of like a freelancer driver, so you don't own any of the trucks that you drive. So it, you know, this truck's owned by somebody else, like a fictional person again. Yeah, basically I'm taking the job. I don't own the truck. They fill it up, they service it, blah blah blah. Maybe at some point we'll get enough money to buy our own truck. I mean, this job here is like 50 grand, so if we do a couple more 50 grand jobs, we'll be getting a truck in no time. I think you need about 300,000 for a decent truck. But that'll be the journey. I kind of want to have a whole series from starting scratch, you know, level 1, and working through the levels, grinding the money, and going on that journey, buying our own truck and garage and whatnot. But that's what I found this game was, you know, if you to give yourself a modded profile that's got like 10 million, and you can buy everything in the game. This game tends to get a bit boring because you've got nothing to work towards. You know, there's nothing there to be gained. But I found when you play it like this, when you know you actually play the game how it was meant to be, grinding the money and whatnot, you actually have a bit more fun with it because you've got an end goal. You know, you've kind of got a goal to actually get a load of money and you know, grind through the levels. So that's what we're going to be doing in this series. And we're almost at the destination. As you can see, the roads and the complexity of, you know, the whole thing in Pro Mods is just much greater than the normal map. I would say if you were looking to download some mods for your game, Pro Mods is, you know, straight up the first one you should get, because that just alters the way you play this game completely. Just makes everything a lot more interesting and a lot more difficult. Now, I believe I've got difficult parking on as well. Ooh, what's happened here? He's been pulled over. Renault's been pulled over. We are going straight over. That's one thing I've got to get used to. Is looking at the map a bit closer. I don't see anyone. There's an island here, but slow down a little bit. Let's drop it down to gear as well. Getting the right gearing on this is somewhat of an art. You know, knowing what gear to be in for what corner. I mean, I'm just powering through the gears here. Yeah, really ragging this engine. Don't know why my windscreen's got foggy. It's a bit weird. I guess it's just the clouds or something. But yeah, I've got a like a parking mod as well on this, so we could get there and it could be a really difficult park. Well, I don't know. I've set it to always give me the difficult park, because we always like the challenge. That's how you get better at the game, is challenging yourself. Coming in to Hull. Don't know how. Lost it a little bit there. Sorry, buddy. I was looking at the other screen. We'll see how long this has taken us. Just know my wheel ain't exactly dead straight, but Hole discovered. Nice. We're going round the roundabout, so we'll get into this lane. Feels like the right gear. It's nice. Okay, apparently there was somebody on my inside, which... Okay, well, they shouldn't have been there because that's not how islands work. Mounted the curb there a little bit. The AI really doesn't pay attention to what you're doing, which is typical Euro truck. But it doesn't look that difficult of a park, to be fair. Probably get away with just turning it round here. Straighten her up. Let's have a look. Yeah, we could probably get her in there. Turn it that way. Stalled it. Can't see. Really, really far off. Let's get that second mirror up. There we go. So, let's back it up even more. Let's see if we can't save it. Doubt it. Nope, we are not saving that, I don't think. Nope. Hit the other trailer. I'm gonna have to explain that to the employer. Let's try and reevaluate what we're doing here. I think I had the right idea coming in like that, but I think I just maybe put it in a bit wrong. You need to be really far over. This seems better. Well, we properly messed that one up again. Let's see if we can save it. So if you can hear some noise outside, then as I've got my windows open. Just save this. You know what? It's green, that'll do. The parking brake, neutral, and we'll do engine off as well. We are in. Doesn't matter about the truck, that can always be moved. And we'll see what we did. So not a lot of XP. We gained a level, but it's really the money that I care about. 54,000 for that job. That was pretty decent. So if you enjoyed, please let me know down in the comments, and also give me a like if you enjoyed the video. Alright, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.